channel. So today I'm going to be doing a brown smoky eye with a gold double wing liner. I hope you guys like it as much as I do. I kind of wanted to do something monochromatic, so I paired the brown smoky eye with a brown lip and did a really intense gold highlight to match the gold liner. So without further ado, let's just get started. Kind of looks like a mix of rain and snow, probably just a bunch of slush like we normally get. And I am so sorry that I'm being that girl right now, but I didn't want my hair in my face, and also didn't want my bobby pin to make a line in my hair right there. So I have one of my business cards in my hair, you know, shameless advertising, or what it say, shameless self-advertising, but you know, whatevs. I don't care. As usual, I'm starting by priming my skin, and today I'm using the Makeup Forever Nourishing Primer. I really like this one. It's super cold outside, and of course, you know, I might have to go out and get like 9 things of, you know, bread and milk, because that's what everybody and their grandma's gonna be doing. So I'm gonna rub this kind of pretty much all over my face. Now to fill in my pores, I'm going to use the Dr. Brandt Pores No More and just work it into the areas where I have larger pores now. I'm just working this into the pores, kind of pressing pretty much in my T-zone area. So for my brows, I'm going to do something kind of easy today. I'm just going to use the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I use the one in the shade Taupe. And I've also kind of been dabbling with using a brown shade as well on the kind of tail of my brow, just to make it a little bit darker, since I do have some darker hair towards the top. I do have a lot of brighter color in my hair, but I just kind of wanted to play with making my brows a little bit darker on the end, because I've never had darker brows, so I've been kind of playing with that. Not exactly sure how much I love it yet. I like to take the Taupe shade, make a line under the brow. Not putting too much pressure yet, I'm still putting really light pressure, defining the arch. My brow technique is not perfect because my 2 eyebrows are completely different. And now I just kind of fill in with hair-like strokes. So now to add some dimension, I'm going to add some of the ash brown. So every day I'm like, which brow is gonna piss me off today? This one. Let's check on this snow situation. It's just rain right now. Welcome to South Carolina. So now I'm gonna clean up the brow, and I'm going to take my MAC Pro Longwear concealer on a little flat brush, and I'm gonna clean up underneath. I really love cleaning up this area here, and some days I won't do the top portion here, and some days I will. Just depends how I feel. Anybody who has the MAC Pro Longwear concealers knows the struggle of trying to get less than a pump out. So I'm taking in just a tiny bit of concealer, and I'm going to go ahead and just go over any of these scars that I have from my last skin freak out. For my foundation today, I'm going to take the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Liquid Foundation. Go in with my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. I really prefer to put foundation on with a beauty sponge, if that is what works with that particular foundation, because using a brush on drier skin types is just, it gives extra micro exfoliation and can kind of make it look a little bit more cakey. Just because if you have any dry patches or anything like that. It's really going to lift them up and accentuate them. The foundation is really pretty on the skin. I've had an allergy with eyeshadow since middle school. I'm not sure what is in eyeshadow, eyeliners, all that stuff that just pisses my eyes off, but I'm going to just kind of switch things up here and there to see if I can ever pinpoint what exactly is it that irritates my eyes. So today, instead of using the Paint Pot by MAC, I'm going to just use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer to prime my eyelids, just like I used to do. This is going to cancel out any redness that's on my eyes as well. I'm just going to blend that up to meet the concealer that was under the brow. So now that all the redness is canceled out, I'm going to take the MAC Prep and Prime 24-Hour Extended Eye Base, and this is just going to keep all those shadows on. If you use too much, you pretty much have the reverse effect, and it will make your eyeshadows crease. So I definitely wanted to use my Morphe 350 palette today. I've not used it in a minute, so definitely wanted to whip this baby out. I love it so much. The only thing that sucks about it with tutorials is they don't have names, so I just have to kind of point and say I'm using this one, you know. So I like to set the primers we just put down, so I'm just going to buff out any creasing and then go straight in with this cream color. And this will just help the shadows blend in nicely, and they won't have any skips in them from the tacky base. For a transition shade, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. Buff this in to the higher crease, really light pressure. And I'm just working this in little windshield wiper motions and also circular motions. Let me take the second to the darkest shade, which is going to be this one right here. This is going to be a smokier look, so I'm taking this in that inner corner. My freaking fiance is home. I feel like he's standing outside the door listening to me. Now taking that brush with the leftover kind of mid shade, the one we used before this one, just to make sure that's blended out. I just use the lightest pressure. So now that we have that crease darkened up, I'm going to take my darkest shade. This is where shit's about to get real. Just like a chocolatey brown. Just going to tap this to meet up with what we just did. Just at the base, I'm just going to make it a tiny bit darker, this shade right here. Just so it has the highest contrast where that liner is going to be. I'm going to take the NYX Ultra Pearl pigment, and I'm basically going to turn this into a liner and hope for the best. I love pigments because they can be so multifunctional. So we're going to add some Fix Plus to this baby and turn it into a liner. First and foremost, because when I put that pigment down, I don't want it to transfer onto our all matte eyeshadow. So I'm going to take a little bit more of that Prep and Prime 24-hour eye base and take the tiniest bit and basically lay it down where I would put the eyeliner, just so that pigment really has something to stick to. So I'm going to load my brush up and apply it as a liner. I'm taking the Kat Von D ink liner and Trooper, and I'm just going to do our double wing. Now I'm going in with the NYX liquid liner with the wing. So I'm going to wait to really perfect those wings, obviously, until the rest of my face is semi-done. I'm going to re-moisturize my beauty sponge here with Max Fix Plus and go in with my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I'm just going to run it in an upside triangle on the side of my nose here against her wing here. Running that down my nose, center of the chin, and in between the brows. Now while that's still wet, I'm going to take my LA Girl Pro Conceal High Definition Concealer in the shade Medium Beige. And I run this down my nose as a contour. Oh, okay, okay. Our sponge, and we're going to blend that out. I like to turn the sponge on the opposite side, blend out with a darker color. And then turn back on our lighter one. Blend around. Boom. I'm going to use this little small kabuki brush just to make sure there's no line where the concealer stopped right here. And now I'm going to go in with my trusty Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I use a healthy amount of this because I find it keeps my under eyes from creasing the most to set down additional product and then dust it away later. Pack that down the center of my nose, center of the forehead, not where I have those bumps right here, since this has a little bit of shimmer to it, and on the chin. If you're not white as a ghost like me, I do not recommend trying to set your entire face with this powder. This is a under eye powder, not a face powder, but I am extremely pale, so I love, love, love this to set my face. When I'm just doing like a daytime look, I am loving the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. That's really awesome for daytime for me, but for something a little bit more dramatic but still super light for my skin tone, I'm just loving the shade in the LORAC Pro Contour palette, using that light contour shade. And just to define my cheekbones a little bit more, I'm going to take the medium contour shade from that same palette. I have a pretty large forehead, so we're going to handle that situation. Now I'm taking my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Powder. Kind of rub my beauty blender in here. Probably not extremely sanitary, but you know, YOLO. I don't know if I've ever said that in real life before. Clean up my contour with this. And I like to drag it in this area as well. Now I'm ready to knock off that excess powder that we have under our eyes. Very gently dust that off. So I decided to do a little bit of blush. I'm going to use a tiny bit of the Luminoso by Milani. Pop it on them cheeks. Super light gold highlighter. This is MaryLouManizer by the Balm. I'm going to apply this on the tops of the cheekbones. Also going to apply this right on top of the brow here. Yes, honey, yes. I always get compliments on my skin, and it's just the highlight. Like, the highlight makes your face look just so smooth and amazing. So just highlight and everybody will think you have awesome skin. Tip of my nose. Oof, that is intense. And right here on my nose. And I like to do it right here on the upper lip. And then also on the Cupid's bow. I'm going to just run it down those lines. Girl, that is... Whoa, let's blend that out. I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it. Now I'm going to do some eyeshadow on the lower lash line. I'm going to take that mid-tone shade we used, second shade we used, and a crease tightly under the lower lash line. Let's take that same flat brush, take that chocolatey shade from that Morphe palette, darken it up slightly in the outer portion, buff that out. That same brush we used a second ago. Okay, now I'm going to take my highlighter again. Tap that in the inner corner. I'm using the Anastasia, I have to say it like that, the clear brow gel. I'm just going to take the shade we originally set our base with. Before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and set my face with the MAC Fix Plus. So I had a friend named Vicky on Facebook ask me about applying lashes. So I've already applied my Duo Lash Adhesive with the vitamins straight onto the lash band. From the middle onto the middle of the eye. These are already trimmed and all that good stuff, like I said, because I've worn these before. So that's basically step number one. But then I'm just going to connect the outside. Push it on with my fingers, and then I like to use tweezers for the inside. And I'm just going to grab it and touch it to the inner corner. You're going to push them as close to the lash line as possible before they dry, like that. And the lashes I'm using are the Diva lashes from Koko lashes. But again, we're just going to manipulate that band and kind of bend them like this so they're easy to attach the inner corner and the outer corner without them lifting up. Now to cover anything, any old glue on the lash band or anything like that, I'm just going to go over it with that tattoo liner. Zoom you in here. Oh my god. And ruin your makeup while you're at it. I am amazing and tapped the brown area there with my black liner. So I just went in and added a little bit more of that darker brown shade. Add some mascara to blend these in just at the base. If you put mascara on your entire false lash, you're gonna look crazy. I'm using the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara. Tried other ones, but always go back to this one. I also would recommend tight lining. That makes my eyes angry, so I'm gonna skip that so I can live my life today. Not 100% sure which lip color I want to go for. Just gonna line my lips with Rockin' Rose by Jordana. Let's just try Chilly Chill by Colourpop. Don't look at my lips because I just ate dinner. And seeing that spot that I thought that I covered up with the brown eyeshadow where I nicked the black eyeliner, did not cover it up. So I just want to show you guys how to fix something like that. I'm taking a little pencil brush and I'm going to spray it with Fix Plus. Fix Plus fixes everything. Good point. I hope you guys can see this. To erase this one spot. Now we're gonna take our eyeshadow. I just wanted to show you guys how you can quickly fix things like that because you're gonna mess up, especially starting out. You just have to know how to fix your mistakes and keep on trucking it. So have a good night and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. Let's start over. Oh, okay. Alright. As usual. Come on, bitch. I am looking good. I mean, people that live around here have something to prove. I make the ugliest faces while I do this. So I usually cut it out. Jam out with my clam out.
I'm calling you, baby. Now pick up your phone. So it's 3 a.m. Boo, why you think I call? Basic bitch, bring your ass. Tryna get dropped up on some surfboard shit. But I still sweat it out, so you just don't be mad, baby.
Pandora listeners, try free prints.
Tragic. So you don't pay it, don't mind,